What is up, beautiful people of YouTube? This is Bahama Raven speaking, and I welcome you to this new episode of Trails of Cold Steel 2. Last time, we left Ymir again, and we ventured towards Legram, where we learned that Laura and Emma are staying here, and they went to Lohengrin Castle. And we also found out that now they're fighting against something. What are they fighting against, I wonder? I think today it's time we find out. So when you're ready, enter Lohengrin Castle and get ready for a lot, and I mean a lot, of cutscenes. Some of which are actually pretty important. Let's go. What the? Uncerter?
Laura! Emma!
What the heck is Uncerter doing here? I thought I destroyed it already. Twice over, now. Old Schoolhouse in the first game. North Islands right in this game, in the last chapter. What? Okay, I guess there's more than one specimen. Whatever.
Is that a cryptid? It looks just like the one from Nord.
Because it is.
Come, Emma. We'll fight with all we have.
Right!
Ah!
No fairness.
Luke's Lamina.
This scripted was around level 50. Seeing how Laura and Emma will definitely be as close to our level, they can easily take care of it alone.
Now, Laura!
Of course!
Right, they should be able to.
Be gone!
And there we have cutscene power, where a character uses its strongest move and will participate in the next battle with full craft points. And no, it's not hacks. I think it's a little late to say it, but I apologize for the commentary quality. I'm recording this with my headset, and I have my microphone very close.
Man, Laura's gotten even stronger.
Sorry about that. I have my microphone pretty close to my mouth, so you may be hearing some breathing noises and whatnot. And most importantly, or rather sadly, I should say, the microphone isn't the best quality, so yeah. I will be getting a better microphone soon, hopefully. But right now I'm a little short on money, so I'll work with what little budget I got. Let's continue.
Emma's no slouch either. Her powers never cease to amaze. Looks like they didn't need our help after all.
They're not out of the woods yet! So it seems.
Well, here's a new one. Gluttonous Lizard Zelvenom.
What is that?
A cryptid, like the other one?
Where did it come from?
Laura! Emma!
Huh? Am I imagining things?
Reen! Celine! We can explain after we've taken care of things here.
Yeah, this is no time for daydreaming.
We'll back you two up. Ready?
We're right here with you, Laura.
I can't believe you're here. Very well. Then lend me your strength.
Let's go, everyone! This one's dangerous. Stay on your toes.
Starting with this move, huh?
Too slow.
Damn it.
Here I go.
Alright, here's the boss of this particular part of the story. That being Zelvenom, level 70 cryptid. So, allow me to say it, this boss is flat out easy. And the reason for that, easy, is right there. See the unbalanced efficacy. 3-star slash, which means sword attacks, or rather slash attacks, have a 75% chance of causing unbalance. And, well, 75 with Reen, a little less with everyone else, but let me put this in perspective. We have Reen, Fee, Laura, and Sharon who can deal slash damage high enough to cause unbalance, at the very least with a 60 to 75% chance of unbalancing, racking up damage like there's no tomorrow. This will counteract the fact that the boss can use poison on us, but we should be able to deal with it because of this before the poison will actually become a very big issue. Other than that, this boss really is a joke. It's weak to Mirage Magic, something that Emma has in spades, and also Sharon if you left the Juggler Master Quartz, which I didn't. Not that it's gonna change anything to begin with, but you get the picture. Also, Sharon is really good in this fight, not just because of the slash unbalance, but because of her Tea Party craft, which will heal HP by 50%, craft points, and also heal poison. So yeah, taking care of this thing will be easy. I'll try and leave the party as is, at least for now, and bring out Sharon in case I need her. Something which I hope won't happen.
And done.
Also, I highly doubt I will be using the Tect. And yes, Laura has the Tect, much like Elliot. But yeah. Also, I'm not going to enter in great detail on how Laura and Emma work. I will be analyzing their characters as soon as we're back to Legram, and we'll have their numbers at hand.
Of course.
Something we don't right now.
Arcus activate.
She only has Luminous Ray? I thought she had at least Silver Thorn.
Okay.
I guess I was wrong.
1, 2,
Also, what the hell? This guy is slow.
and done.
And I'm talking way slow.
Let's move.
I mean, Fee can attack him 3 times with Bullet Cyclone.
My turn.
She's a move that has a pretty high delay,
1,
too,
2.
between the first and the second attack of the monster. What the heck?
Got it.
Got you.
Seriously. Ouch.
Too slow.
And Fee is still untouched.
My turn.
Huh. Well, the situation here is a little unsettling, that's for sure. But we should be able to deal with it pretty fast. Oh, I delayed it.
Of course.
10% chance, I delayed it. Nailed it. I wish I had this much luck in Fire Emblem Heroes.
Blessing of the moon.
Thanks.
Alright, Emma can
My
also heal poison. I legit forgot about that. Never mind.
Okay.
Okay, let's keep hitting the guy.
Let's move.
Okay, it's completely analyzed. So let's just bonk it on the head.
My turn.
I have an idea. Yeah, call me a cheater if you want, but I really don't care.
Delicious. Onward.
I seriously doubt this will kill it, but it'll leave a pretty big dent in it. Also, goddamn, just... Oh well. I'll take what I can get, I suppose.
Behold the might of the Xseed School! Radiant Wolf!
Oof. Well, at least half itself is gone. That's always nice. And I delayed it again!
Of course.
True Arc Slash really is busted.
Arcus activate. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna hit it from here.
2.
If need be, I'll have Ring use Azure Flame Slash to
And done.
deal the final blow.
Got it.
Got you!
I could even have Emma use her S-Craft.
My
It doesn't
turn.
really matter much, considering, well, actually, I won't need to use it at all.
Now! Let's go, everyone!
Take a couple of hits, deal overkill, but this works.
How about this?
That wasn't hard at all, was it? To be fair, I took my time with the guy.
This is our real power!
If I were to fight serious on this guy, even on Nightmare mode, I would have easily kicked its butt. Oh, and Sharon almost got to level 70. But anyway, Forrest reached level 3. Got the Heat Up art. Heat Up, if I remember, heals 10 craft points and also any stat debuffs that you have on you. You get 9 craft points per enemy killed, and also a 1 craft point regeneration ability. So yeah, that's gonna stack with the Gladiator belt. Now you see why those items are good on Reem, don't ya? And now for the cutscene reunion.
Finally.
Great, I don't have to voice it.
Yeah, I can't sense anything else here now. You guys okay?
Yeah.
It's really you, isn't it? You're all here. Of course it's us.
I don't know what to say. This is all so sudden. Still, I'm happy to see you're well, Reen. I'm genuinely lost for words. I've never considered myself as the sort to cry at reunions like these, but clearly I was mistaken.
Laura.
I'm really sorry for making you worry about me. And I can't possibly thank you enough for fighting on so that we could see each other again like this.
There's no need to apologize, Reen. I swore to fight as Class 7's. No. As your sword. I swore that my blade would not be broken until it returned to your side. And I swear now to continue upholding every word I've said. With Adios as my witness.
Thanks. I really am glad to see you're all right. And the same goes for you too, Emma.
I feel the same way. I can hardly believe that this is actually happening. The day's finally come where we can all be together again. It all feels like a wonderful dream.
A wonderful dream, huh? Well, fortunately, this isn't a dream. These might be tough times for Erebonia, but we're persevering. That perseverance is what brought us together again. And the fact that we found each other makes everything we've been through along the way worth it.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. But I know that I wouldn't have been able to come this far if not for you.
Me?
You accepted me despite everything. Knowing that gave me the courage to keep going. If not for that courage, I doubt I would be here now. I'm truly grateful to you, Reen.
You've really grown strong, Emma.
Wait, Emma!
Oh, thank you, Celine. Thank you for all the support you've given my classmates. And thank you for coming all the way here with them to see me.
Please, it was nothing. But I'm glad you're okay, I guess. At least I won't end up astray.
Celine, there's nothing wrong with being honest about your feelings, you know.
Oh, she's so happy.
Right.
Well, we've done what we set out to do here. There's no sign of any more cryptids either. Might I suggest we return to Legram for now?
Count me in. You guys are fine with that too, right?
That's fine by me. We can tell you more about what we've been doing since we parted ways.
Then we're off to the pier.
Okay, time to unmute my microphone. The fog's actually a little less dense than it was on the way here. Maybe because we defeated those cryptids? Most likely so. I imagine that we're accelerating the development of a problem that would have appeared regardless. So while the situation should settle down for now, I imagine it'll happen again in due time. Indeed, the fundamental cause is likely elsewhere and much more complex. Legram as a whole will have to stay wary for a while, I suppose. Still, listening to what you had to say, it's troubling to think of how unpredictable this war is. There's no telling what direction it's going to take. Yeah, unfortunately. The fighting between the Noble Alliance and the Imperial Army is showing no signs of letting up. And we'll still got no idea what's going on over at the Academy or what happened to the Courageous and Viscount Arcade. It's been over a month since we last heard from either of them. I'm a little worried, to tell the truth. I'm still fully convinced we have nothing to worry about in that regard. My father is alive and well. Of that, I am certain. I believe in him. If you believe in him, then I will too. I'm sure he's perfectly fine. I find myself more concerned about the whereabouts of Master Eustace. One would expect Duke Alberea's son to be easier to find than this. Eustace was in Legram at one point, wasn't he? Do either of you have any idea where he is now? He was with us when we fled the Academy, yes. Several days ago, he boarded a train to Bereahard. He was growing increasingly concerned over what was happening in the region. I guess there was no stopping him. At least we know where he went. That's a relief. That's one of the Alliance's most well-protected strongholds now. I'm surprised it's even possible to get there by train. It was at the time, but not anymore. The Alliance has brought in heavy restrictions on railways travel since his departure. We've been at a loss as to what to do. That explains it. Well, we can think about that when we get back to town. If it comes to it, we could always walk there using the highways. Oh boy, another voiced cutscene. Time to mute my microphone and enjoy the lore.
Emma?
What's wrong?
I feel like I should have told you so many things a long time ago. About me and Celine, and about Divine Knights and Awakeners.
Oh.
Does that mean you're ready to tell us now?
Yes, I am. It's time to finally fulfill the promise I made to you during the after party.
Well, if you're sure.
I imagine you've heard some of this from Celine already, but still. Enrolling at Thor's was originally part of my duty as one of the Hexen clan. It's a clan of witches that traces its origins far back into the past.
What kind of duty would have you enroll at a military academy?
It's one that's been passed down through our clan for a long, long time. We must watch over the fragments of the great power sealed deep underground and observe whatever comes to pass regarding them. Just as it did for many others before her, that duty fell to Emma as well.
When you say the great power, you mean Valimar, right? Did both of you know about the Divine Knights this whole time?
We knew of their existence, yes. As well as the fact that they choose an Awakener. And that their chosen Awakener will be drawn into an unavoidable battle. Just because you had the potential to become one, you were drawn into a great conflict against your will. And not just you, Reen. The rest of us have become secondary contractors. And yet I couldn't say or do anything for you. I couldn't even give you a simple word of warning. What right do I have to call myself your classmate after failing all of you like that?
Don't be silly, Emma. Emma? Emma, you're not going to say what I think you're going to say, are you?
I'm sure this isn't what you want to hear after coming all this way to find me. But this is where we should part ways.
Emma. You said it yourself back in the old schoolhouse. You said Class 7 is the finest Erebonia has to offer, right?
I may not always show much in the way of class spirit, but I'm confident Class 7 is the finest Erebonia has to offer.
We all come from different backgrounds, and we all had things we were maybe scared to or couldn't tell anyone. Crow has his past, you have yours. I have this strange power of mine that I've carried with me for as long as I can remember. That doesn't directly relate to the Divine Knights in any way, does it?
No, though there's always the possibility it may be one of the reasons why you were chosen. I know plenty about witches and their history, but none of that gives me a clue as to what your powers could be.
All right, Ben. The point is that even after learning I had this monstrous power within me, you all accepted me without a second thought. I feel that I'm a part of Class 7 as much as anyone else, and I'm proud to say I am too. Class 7 is only the best there is because it has every one of us in it. Me, Elisa, Elliot, Laura, Fee, Machias, Eustace, Gaius, Milliam, Crow, and you, Emma. You're not an exception. Without you, our class wouldn't be what it is. Just like it wouldn't be if any one of us weren't a part of it.
Oh, Reen,
He's absolutely right. What he said.
So I don't want to hear you say anything like that ever again. We want you right where you are, guiding me, guiding all of us. And not just as a witch, but as the kind class president and caring friend you always have been.
goodness. refuse when you put it like that. All right, then. I can't deny the ancient knowledge that I possess, or my position as a witch, but I always want to remain the same Emma Milstein of Class 7 that I have been since the day I joined Thor's. So please, let me stay at your side.
Of course.
That goes without saying.
Always, Emma. Class 7 really isn't Class 7 without you in it.
What a picturesque fairy tale ending. I couldn't be more pleased. And the timing couldn't have been more perfect. I can see Legram coming into view now. Would everyone mind gathering their things and...
What's that?
Is that an airship?
It's coming from the sky to the west.
Is that?
Well, I think this is a good time as any to kick in again. Yep, looks like the Noble Alliance is making rounds around here. And from here on, you can see why I cut the last episode short.
An Alliance airship? Wait, that's a commanding officer ship too.
Indeed. Well, it seems we have ourselves some visitors.
My apologies for the unexpected arrival. I should have sent word. I am Aurelia Le Guin of the Noble Alliance. I wish to make a brief visit to the territory of Viscount Xseed.
Okay, why would a general of the Noble Alliance be here in the first place? I mean, Legram is supposed to be neutral territory. I mean, sure, one would make the argument that they could try and make Legram part of the Noble Alliance, since, yeah, it holds a Viscount. But it feels weird for them to come in now, of all times. There's gotta be some sort of second motive behind it. Well, let's find out what that might be, shall we?
It's a pleasure to see you again, your ladyship. And a pleasure to meet you as well, Brigadier General.
We were simply in the area, so we thought we might drop by and pay you a visit. It's been quite some time since we last met. I was hoping to take the opportunity to apologize to my master for not staying in touch, but I see that won't be possible.
Wait, Master?
Unfortunately so.
I wouldn't have minded setting eyes on the famous Radiant Blade Master, but I suppose I'll have to be content with meeting his daughter.
I'm honored, General.
I can't believe they're here.
Do you know them, Reen? They seem to be provincial army officers.
Their names are General Aurelia Le Guin and Brigadier General Wallace Bardius. They're said to be the two strongest generals in the provincial armies.
Oh, great. Small fries, then.
Yeah, I don't think there are many people interested in martial arts who don't know about them. That's how famous they are. Brigadier General Bardius is otherwise known as the Black Whirlwind. He's known for his unparalleled spearmanship. From what I've heard, he has Nord blood running through him too.
Oh, I see.
I wonder if that's how he came to be so tall. He seems pretty strong.
A number of warriors from Nord were said to have fought with Emperor Dreikels during the War of the Lions. Perhaps he's a descendant of theirs?
Yeah, That makes sense. As for the woman with him... She's generally known as the Golden Rakshasa. She's also a countess and head of the Le Guin family, as well as commander of the Le Maire Provincial Army.
So, let me get this straight. She's a countess, so she's a very high-ranking noble. She's a swordman, swordswoman master, and a commander of the provincial army. I mean, definitely not shooting for the stars here, huh?
And hard as it is to believe, I've heard she's a practitioner of both the Xseed and Vander schools of swordsmanship.
Yep, proving my point even more. Master of 2 swordsman style.
Wasn't the Vander school practiced by the guardians of the Imperial family?
Lieutenant General Vander is a practitioner of the Vander School too, obviously. Is she even human?
Both of them are key public figures in the Alliance. What could they possibly want in a neutral region such as this, I wonder?
Still, it won't do to have you standing around here. Allow me to show you to my father's office. Klaus, would you prepare some tea?
Oh, there's no need to concern yourself with that. Seeing that the Viscount isn't here gave us all the information that we needed.
So there was second motive. But what could that be? Are they spying on the Viscount?
What might you be suggesting?
The Eddies. We didn't come to criticize anyone for the Crimson Wing's appearance near Trista. Still, it's always good to know who you're fighting against. The way I see it, you're continuing to remain neutral now. But if it came to it, you wouldn't be afraid to take up arms for your personal sense of justice.
Guy's sharp.
There's no need to be hasty. We have more than enough opponents to be going on with. For now, let's focus on drawing out Craig the Red and One-Eyed Zex. We can't allow Rufus to be the only one making any major achievements.
True enough.
It would please me so if you were to fight under me one day, too. I believe you have the potential to surpass even me, given sufficient practice.
Well, she may have a point. I'll get to that later.
I am honored that you would say so. However, my swordsmanship is inexperienced at best. I wouldn't dare presume to have the potential to surpass anyone at this stage. I would ask that you wait until I can at least best my father in a duel before making that invitation.
Then wait I shall. I look forward to the day. With that, I believe it's time we took our leave.
Perhaps so. I was hoping you would introduce us to your friends, but they seem to be feeling rather shy.
Again, guy sharp. Should be expecting that.
Teasing them, are you? Well, I'm sure we'll have the opportunity one day. I sense great potential within them.
As do I.
I apologize for being unable to do anything to make your visit more comfortable. Klaus, please escort them.
As you wish, milady.
Come to think of it, perhaps you wouldn't mind joining me in a battle before I depart. I haven't had the joy in quite some time.
I hardly think an old man such as myself would prove to be a worthy opponent to one of your strength, General.
Oh, I wouldn't be so sure about that. You haven't let your guard down for a second since I stepped into Legram.
Well, that was rough.
Laura!
I'm sorry that you had to see me like that. It took all that I had not to be overwhelmed by their sheer presence.
I'm not surprised. We could feel it well enough ourselves, and we weren't even in the room.
That didn't stop them from noticing us, though.
My fur was on end the whole time. They really did seem to be way beyond us in terms of skill. I wonder who'd win between them and Zeno and Leo.
That would be an interesting matchup now that I think about it.
This just goes to show how many skilled people the Alliance has among their ranks. With warriors such as them on the field, to say nothing of Lord Rufus Alberea, we can't afford to underestimate them.
All very true. Still, that's no reason to give up now. We need to keep pressing on. And on that note, I think it's about time we left ourselves. Let's go and bring back Eustace. And once we've done that, then we can decide what we're going to do and who we're going to be fighting against.
Indeed.
Then let's start heading to Bereahard.
Klaus, I leave Legram in your care. Should Father return during my absence, please give him my warmest regards. But of course, Lady Laura, worry not, Legram will be in safe hands with me. But if you wouldn't mind, everyone, please do look out for Lady Laura for me. We always do. Thanks for keeping an eye on Emma for so long. Please be well, Klaus. Your words are much appreciated, but unnecessary. I will be perfectly fine, I assure you. The path ahead of you will be fraught with many challenges and dangers. But I will be praying that you all will be able to navigate it safely to its end, and from there, forge your own paths. Do keep yourselves safe. Thank you, Klaus. We'll be back as soon as we're able. So basically we're already over 35 minutes into the video and we only had one fight. Almost half an hour of cutscenes. Yeah. It looks like the generals have already left. Yeah, that's our cue to get going too. But it does look like we'll have to use the highway to get to Bereahard though. That shouldn't be a problem. Following the Abel Highway north will lead us straight to it. Perhaps we should pay a visit to the Bracer Guild before we head out. Yeah, side quests incoming. The receptionist there might appreciate a goodbye before we move on to Bereahard. Yeah, you're probably right. Laura and Emma join the party, they can overdrive with Reen. Nothing new here. Reaching Bereahard will cause the main story to advance, so yeah, now we know that there are not cutscenes, Raven, what the heck, but side quests to be doing. I will be doing some in this episode and some in the next one. Also, there's gotta be another shrine we need to take care of. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end this episode earlier, just so that I will have the time to organize myself with the side quests and the shrine, and split them between the two next episodes. I'm sorry if this episode is gonna be cutscenes for the most part, but you really have to understand, sometimes the story kicks in, and it kicks in hard. I mean, technically speaking, if you played any RPG, that's how it is. But before ending this one, let's talk about our new party members now, shall we? First off, I'm gonna talk about the, in my opinion anyway, slightly less interesting of the two, that being Laura. One look at Laura and you'll see what her selling point is. Her inhuman strength. Now consider this. She has an unmodified weapon, and she's, well, the same level as Reen, obviously, but she doesn't have any strength boosting equipment. She probably has an attack quartz equipped, if I remember correctly, but she comes with 1213 strength. Reen has 1289, but it's boosted to high hell. And Fee, well, Fee doesn't have the same strength, but you get the picture. Laura's main selling point is her strength, which is further amplified by her Master Quartz, but we'll get to that one later. She's by far the strongest physical unit you will have in the entire game, but at the same time, the weakest magic-wise. In fact, her magic defenses are kinda lame, especially when compared to other party members. The only one that has weaker defenses is Fee, but that's because I keep her with weaker equipment purposely, because I'm focusing on evasion rather than defenses. And that actually says a lot. However, Laura will be a juggernaut. Any enemy that will have a weak physical defense will get completely and utterly crushed by her raw power. The only other issue I have with Laura is that she hits hard, but she is slow. That base speed of 46 will not allow her to get many turns, but the few turns she will get, she will hit like a truck and then some. Let's talk about the craft that she comes with at level 68. First off, we have True Armor Breaker, which is already a powered up version of the Armor Breaker that she came with in the first game. It's a single targeting strike with very high power that has 60% chance of causing seal, 30% powered up and balanced, which is very good, and can also debuff defense for 3 turns. Not bad at all. Then we have Earth Cleaver. This is a base move that she had in the first game. Slightly higher on balance, hits in a line, cripples the enemy movement. Then we have Brilliant Spin, which I have to thank the gods it's a physical move, because if it was a magic move, like in some game I might think of, this move would be bad. It has a very high power and can also cause feint, but it also comes with a pretty high craft cost. The beautiful thing about this move is that it has the suction ability, so she will move close to the enemy, draws them in, and then hit them hard. So she can reposition enemies a little bit. Not too much, because once they're hit by the move, they will be getting some knockback. Then we have Radiant Wings. Radiant Wings will cause Insight on Laura, or it will cast Insight on Laura, automatically buffing her strength to plus 50%, which means 600 extra strength on Laura. Yeah, that's gonna hit very hard. But will cause her magic defenses to be completely shattered. Now there is an item that we can get later down the line that will make Radiant Wings 10 times better by completely cancelling the art defense debuff. Once we get that, Radiant Wings and Laura in general will be a much better unit because of it. Then she has her S-Break, Radiant Waltz, the only one, or rather, one of the only two... No, I am probably saying something very stupid. It's one of the very few S-Breaks that got upgraded in the first game from their base form. Double S plus damage, extra large area, so it's essentially the same as Sylphic Dance. Very powerful, and also very useful. As far as attack ranks go, she has an A in Slash and Strike, making her one of the 3 only main party members, I'm not talking about guest characters, that has a B+ strike rank to interact with some parts of the maps. Master Quartz wise, she comes equipped with the Brave Master Quartz, and yes, I was right, she comes with attack 1, so her base strength is actually 1198. Not bad at all. She comes with the Brave Master Quartz, which for now is at level 2, but you will get even better later on. As you can see, Brave is the best Master Quartz for physical strength, since at level 5 it will grant a plus 200 boost in the stat. And as far as arts go, it won't get much. It gets Firebolt and Forte, which it's the strength buff. And I think it will also get La Forte, which is the AoE version of the art. Also, in terms of abilities, she will start battle with boosted strength. She will be getting boosted strength when her HP will go low. And if I recall, at level 5 she will get extra critical chance on attacks and crafts, but I'm not 100% sure about it. I haven't looked it up, and I probably won't. But yeah, if you want Laura to be at her best, it is very advisable that you give her a Master Quartz that has some utility with physical moves. Anything magic related will actually damp her overall capabilities. And now let's move to the opposite side of the spectrum with the other party member, and the one I was waiting for the most, Emma Milstein. So take a very close look at that art strike stat. If Laura is low-key the strongest physical unit in the game, Emma is by a wide margin the best magic unit in the game. And like I said around the first or second episode of the Let's Play, magic has been buffed heavily. And in turn, so did Emma. Emma will hit like a truck with her arts, and well, let me put it in very bluntly. She is going to be my go-to art user / black mage, because yes, Elliot is strong, Elisa is strong, perhaps a little more than Elliot, but I will be needing her more as a craft support unit. Emma will be the raw damage dealer. She comes with the Mirage Master Quartz, I'll get to that later, which is, I think, the best to buff up Art Strike, but other than that, oh boy, I can't not love Emma. She is simply amazing, and you will come to appreciate her if you're going to use an art-based unit. Trust me, you will love her. As far as crafts work, she comes with Detector, same as Elliot, because yes, Detector is a craft that is unique to those who use the Orbal Staff. And yes, her weapon is an Orbal Staff, so she has the same range and utility as Elliot in that regard, using her strength to target art defense instead of physical defense. Also, forgot to mention about Laura, her weapon is a Claymore style sword, so she will have a 2 range instead of 1. It's okay. It's very okay. It's not Gaius' spear, but it's still okay. Now back to Emma. She comes with Detector, like I was saying, and then let's get to the good crafts. First we have Serene Blessing. It's a single target, heals for 60% HP, 30 craft points, so think of it as a single target version of Elisa's Blessed Arrow. But it can also heal status ailments and also revive from KO. This is a very useful move that can be used in a wide variety of situations. Then we have her first offensive craft in Ethereal Blades. You know, that move that she used in the cutscene before against the first cryptid. It's a line-based attack with decent power that it's calculated on magic, so yeah, much better. Which can debuff Art Strike of the enemy, so it's decently good against mage-type enemies. in its own right and has a high chance of unbalancing. Then we have Crescent Shell. It's an AoE defensive buff that also creates a magic barrier that will reflect one magic strike once it's cast. So automatic full defense buff and magic immunity from one attack. Not bad at all. And then we have the craft that I probably use less by a margin, Aster Flare. It has the same power as Ethereal Blades, but you can't really set the attack, unlike Ethereal Blades where you can choose which line you will target. It has a chance of causing burn and confusion, so it's not bad really, but it also cannot cause imbalance, so it's a bit of a mixed bag for me. Attack rank wise, well, she has a little bit of everything, but she comes with very low ranks, just like Elliot, so I don't really expect her to cause any unbalance. She can cause some thrust and pierce, but slash and strike are going to be very rare and very few and far between, really. Let's move to her Master Quartz, and then I'm gonna call off this episode. Here's our Master Quartz, Mirage. As you can see, highest art strike and very high EP. What this does, it's a little different compared to the first game. In the first game, Mirage allowed Emma to recover effort points for every enemy it killed, much like Reen's Force for craft points. This time, she only, let's put that in quotation, gets an effort point regeneration. So every turn she will be recovering effort points. I think her recovery can go up to 10 points at level 5, I'm not really sure. Then once she will get to level 3, I think it's gonna be at level 3, she will be getting the ability to buffing Art Strike when... No, I'm not 100% sure. I need to look up what that does real quick, and I hope... No, here I have a list of what the Cold Steel 1 Master Quartz do, which is a little bit of a pain in the butt. Give me a moment. Alright, I'm sorry, I actually made a mistake. I looked up just now what Mirage does, and once it levels up, it will grant Emma the ability of dodging magic attacks. For each level, from 3 onwards, she will be getting a 25% chance of dodging magic attacks. And she can also counter them, making this very useful for her, meaning that Emma will be a mage unit that is good against mage enemies. Also, at level 5, she will get the ability of cutting down in half the cooldown time of using Mirage Arts, which is convenient considering that Mirage will allow access to pretty much all the strongest Mirage Arts in the game, the offensive ones anyway. So, if I were to evaluate Laura and Emma, Emma is by far god tier in this game. If you know how to use her and you end up using her as a walking magic nuke, she will definitely deliver a huge payload against these enemies. And she does have some other kind of utility too, so she will definitely not disappoint. As far as Laura goes, I think she can replace Fee or Reen as a physical craft user, but not fully replace them. The fact that Laura hits hard like a truck but is slow can really damp her a little bit, but once you can use Radiant Wings without the Art Defense debuff, her utility actually goes up a little, because you will be able to get 50% evasion for free, the ability to counter with buffed strength, dealing an absurd amount of damage, and also her overall utility, because her crafts are actually pretty solid in manipulating the battlefield, lowering defenses, crippling the enemy movement capability, which is very good on physical enemies, and also repositioning the enemies on the field. I don't think Brilliant Spin works on bosses though. All of these are very useful, and she will be getting something better down the line, I think, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, I know this episode hasn't been eventful, really, but I think I'm gonna end it right here. It's already been over 50 minutes, 35 to 40 of which being mostly cutscenes, but you know, sometimes this game really drags a little. So yeah, join me next time, for we are going to be doing some side quests in Legram, and then we're gonna be going on our merry way towards probably the next shrine, knowing how the game is structured, or Berea Heart. Whichever comes first, I legit don't remember as of right now. Anyway, this has been Muhammad Raven, and I will see you very soon with the next episode. See you next time!